People born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th are carriers of knowledge, wealthy, successful, and, of course, stars. From my point of view, these are unique numbers. Why? First, because I truly call such people carriers of knowledge. I think each of you has felt and known that you possess these abilities. After all, these people also possess strong extrasensory abilities. This is especially felt in childhood, when our brain is not burdened by anything. The second common trait of such people is that they are winners. Why? Because indeed, the number 8 possesses the strongest energy. It is the element of fire. Fire, of course, is always ahead. And let's break down each number. A strong 8, a whole 8. As I said, first of all, these are people who are winners in life. But there is a nuance. What counts as a victory? If for a man, victory is finances, primarily finances and success, then for a woman, victory is a bit different. It is both finances and relationships. After all, it is important to remember that a man is action, while a woman is, above all, a state. You could say it is fulfillment, it is something a bit different. And for people born under 8s, it is very important, especially for women born under 8s, not to become a man. Being a high achiever is, well, not the best side. Although, as a rule, everyone starts with exactly that. This includes HR managers, business, finance, investments, and everything related to money, definitely. And they start from a very early age. But there are abilities for this, of course there are. But it is very important, especially as you get older. A bit later in life, when you begin to find meaning, life's meaning, to truly understand that not all meaning is found in achievement alone. And a woman will get everything she needs, not just through force, but when she gives up that force, then she will have a huge amount of energy and everything will be brought to her and everything will be given to her. So it is not just pure 8s. This applies to the 17th and 26th as well. Remember that as soon as you give up on being a high achiever, everything will be brought and given to you. The point is that closer to 35, one still wants to be a happy woman. The girls who come for consultations are exactly those whose first part of life was spent in this drive. I want to go forward, 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 forward. And then it turns out that I just want to be a woman. I want to be happy. It's not even about being a woman. I just want to be happy. But I'm already used to doing everything myself, including the man's part. So if for a man forward, forward, forward is normal, for a woman around 35 to 40, it's better to slow down, to pause a bit. And then you'll have a family and finances and everything you want, yes. And there will be a man by your side who is worthy of you. Why? Because only a worthy man can be by your side. Write in the comments if you know that only a worthy one can be with you. You are very picky in relationships. And relationships crumble precisely because in most cases it's I'll do it myself. That's why girls born on the 8th, 17th or 26th usually have more than one marriage with very few exceptions. The 17th. Well, first of all, it's all the same as for the number 8. So go back, yes, if you only found the 17th. So be sure to rewatch everything concerning the pure 8. Why? Because you'll end up at the pure 8 anyway, but you have a path, yes. 1 and 7. I develop as a person through intellect and through spirituality. 7 is the number of the soul, it's the number of nature. So there's one recommendation: spend more time in nature, recharge. There are many girls who love extreme sports like motorbikes or high-altitude mountain trekking. That's also part of it. Yes, it can be one of the parts of your life. So just like for the number 8, we gradually move away from overachieving, from the idea that I can do everything for myself and for that guy and for a friend, an acquaintance, some boy, and we keep only what's important to us. That's personal development, the 1, that's peace and tranquility in the soul, the 7, that's intellectual growth, that's a person's inner fulfillment. So literature is very good here, and everything related to the beauty industry, yes, because after all, 7 is inner beauty, a person's inner wealth. In any case, I consider 17 to be a business number. In any case, people born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th are people who are destined, yes, to lead. To lead themselves. First of all, yes, that is, we start by leading ourselves. And by 35 or 40, we've already finished leading everyone else. Well, some people make it to 50. But from experience, I'll say that very often major health problems follow later. So it's better to think about it earlier, right? And see what I want. Problems or a full, interesting life. And build your life not just by always pushing forward, right? But also through your surroundings, right? By building meaningful relationships with others. Of course, it'll be a bit hard at first, but if you try, that's your task. And the purpose of people born on the 8th, whether it's the 17th or even the 26th time, the main thing is to really learn how to build strong relationships. To build them. Why? Because if there's only one direction forward, one vector, then everything else will suffer. By the way, write down what you think about this. How important is it for you to have good, harmonious relationships in your life? This applies to everyone born on the 8th, 17th, and 26th, including men. Because we have fire, it burns everything, right? I want to warm everything, of course, but very often it burns everything around. So the fire, right, must be maintained constantly, not letting it like spread out in all directions, so that this fire warms, right, your home, warms your home and your loved ones. And now I want to invite you to my numerology webinar, where I tell and explain how the numbers in your birth date work, how numbers work in today's changed world, how numbers work in your relatives' dates, what period you're in now, which numbers are most active, what to bet on for success in life. And of course, I'll talk about how to become a numerologist and help people doing not just interesting, important work, but also earning a good income from it. The registration link is in the description of this video. Be sure to register, get your gifts, and come to the webinar, the 26th. The 26th is the number of mages. Why is that? 2 is inner vision, 8 is outer vision. And together, this results in very serious extrasensory abilities. From experience, I can say that many people with the 26th as their birth date truly possess magical abilities. So, first of all, watch, right, what you say. Any phrase spoken in emotion can just hit another person, even if you don't want it to, but if you said it, it will hit that person in full force. So just be more careful. If you like psychic stuff, magic, yes, of course, well, it's your life, and most likely, in one of your past lives, you really were a very powerful mage. Perhaps you have helped people before by using, yes, this very tool. If you were born on the 26th and tuned in just for this date, I encourage you to go back to the 8th, because that is actually where the main points and the most important information are for everyone born on these days. Take a moment to review, as it will be helpful. Listen to it again. And one more very important point for those born on the 26th. Again, we're saying that it reduces to an 8. Here, there are truly great abilities in design and beauty. Design just works perfectly here. Fashion design, interior design. Why? Because the 2 is vision and the 8 is knowing how to do it. That's one of the directions. Of course, there's acting skill here, and of course, management, managing people, and managing the home. As a general rule, people who are born with such signs usually manage things at home as well. So you might want to, well, slowly start giving a bit more of the lead to your man. Or if he's not there, then for a while pretend to be sweet and innocent. Yes, let a man take care of you. Be sure to learn how to accept gifts. Absolutely. Because the problem for many women with such strong birth numbers is the difficulty in letting yourself be cared for, letting them give you gifts. You know how? What? I can do it myself. I don't need it. You can. But every woman wants to be cared for and wants to receive gifts. It's just nice. And a man who gives good, beautiful things, thoughtful gifts or gestures, he grows, because spending money on a woman, yes, on a loved one, or say, on the one you want to be with, is truly a small but meaningful success for every man. It boosts his self-esteem and confidence, especially if he does it with genuine joy and real pleasure. Let's summarize the main points. For people with the number 8, especially women with the number 8, first, it's important to learn to manage, but to manage, as it were, implicitly. Again, it's clear that until 35 or 40, you want to be ahead of the whole world. But better learn earlier to manage implicitly, yes. So that one look is enough for everyone to understand everything. By the way, who has such a look? Write down yes at what look your family starts to understand you. Well, I won't even mention employees. Second, girls must learn to accept gifts. One more thing, don't try to save your man, okay? Because when you meet a man, you usually want, to help him out. You shouldn't do that. Let the man take care of you, and that's how he'll help himself. And of course, it's very important for people with 8s to live in balance. Why? Because the number 8, look, represents the 4 elements. It's air and water and earth and fire, right? It's both the vertical side and the horizontal side. Living in balance. The 8 is the balance between the lower world, the bottom of the 8, and the upper world, the top of the 8. And so, as soon as you achieve this important balance, your life will have true success, a supportive family, and of course, that deeper sense of purpose that we are all looking for. This balance is what truly guides us. Also, you possess the gift of foresight and a very strong intuition. Pay close attention to this. Listen to your own feelings. After all, you can see behind the wall. I once had a man with strong 8s in a consultation, and you can always see the profession, the predisposition from the date. And I say, like a development manager or a mentor. Yes, he says, I'm a mentor. I go into a company and I solve problems. And he says, it's like I see the answer through a wall, as if the answer is in another room. All people born with 8s possess this. Use this gift of foresight, of premonition. Write down your birth number, what useful things you took from this video, and what your behavior model is. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to register and come to the numerology webinar. Of course, subscribe to the channel and our other resources. All the links are in the video description. Well, I guess I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you again next time. Take care until then.